Hello everyone, my name is Dracoman and welcome back to another episode on the Elsewhere server. In this episode I have two plans, one of which is going to be a store. We're going to build a store in this episode, that's going to be really fun. And the second of those two plans I'm not actually going to share with you yet, but I will eventually. So for our store, we're going to have it be a mostly a wool store. And people are going to be able to buy wool for great prices there. And then of course I'm also going to have probably some wood and maybe even some glass. I've actually grabbed a good amount of glass from the desert biome just across the sky over there. As you guys can see, this is how much glass we have, and of course we can always get more than that if we need to. So the store is going to be based off of mostly wool, but there are going to be a few other products that you can buy there as well. Although for a store based off of wool, we don't really have a lot of wool on us right now, and that kind of needs to change. I want to have some wool, some like miniature like wool farms for each individual color, for each sheep. But I also don't really have a lot of space in this area right here for all of these sheep, and I don't really want to clear out these trees to make more space because they're kind of nice. I like the aesthetic going around on my base, so I'm going to leave the trees here, although it will be nice once I clean up this area here of this pen. But we do want to have the farm be close enough that it's still functioning while we're doing whatever around in our base. Unlike the iron farm. The iron farm is actually so far away that it's not actually functioning while I'm at my base, which is a mistake that I made, but I'm not going to rebuild the whole thing. Are you kidding me? So the iron farm is just going to stay there for now. I'll just AFK there when I need to. But we don't want to make that mistake again, at least not with the wool farm. So we'll have to do that in a spot that's a little bit closer than the iron farm. Maybe even... I think this thing is closer than the iron farm. We might be able to do it just right there on that ledge. We could even build another bridge to it, or like branch off of this bridge to get to the wool farm. That would be really nice. Not that I even use this bridge. I'm going to be honest. After I built this bridge and actually started wearing my elytra, I'm basically just using my elytra now. I'm like not even using this bridge anymore. But it still looks nice, and it connects this thing to something solid. So it actually looks like it's not just floating there, you know. So yeah, building the bridge was fun. It was definitely worth it, and it still looks awesome. And I'm definitely going to have to build a bridge over to this thing once I make it, because it should function if it's right there. Yeah, I can't imagine why it wouldn't. But yeah, okay, so we'll build the farm right there, I guess. Ooh, I think I have leads? Yeah, hopefully that won't be a problem. It's not looking hopeful, I'll be honest. Oh wait, don't I have slime balls? Can I make... I can make leads. Don't I just need like string and slime? Maybe some of the other Elsewhereans will make a slime farm someday. Because I can't see myself making a slime farm in the skies. At least not anytime soon. Ooh, okay, this is less expensive than I thought it was. So yo, wait, what? That makes... Oh, sweet. So we can actually make 10 leads if we use all of the slime balls. Oh, I didn't even bring all the slime balls. Hold on. No, you know what? We're not going to use all the slime balls. Never mind. But we can grab all of this string here, and we can make at least 4 leads. So these go there, and we get 2 there, and those there. Bam, 4 leads. Awesome. Okay, so then we can just put the rest of the string in here for later. I keep forgetting that you could just craft leads. I thought we had to, like, find them from, like, wandering traders or something. Seems I stand mistaken. Picking these guys off, you know, 2 or 3 at a time is going to be kind of tricky. Although if they just end up crowding over here like they are now, we can just like block 1 or 2 of them off, whoever wanders over here, lead them, break these, and then lead them over to... Okay, so we need to build a bridge first. That's the first thing we gotta do. I would say that looks marvelous. Now, I still really haven't thought up much of a design for what the farm itself is actually going to look like. I still have to work that out, but it shouldn't be too hard. I think we could just make like a fenced-in area with maybe a higher fence on the back, probably. And then I think we're also going to have a block conveyor belt, not a conveyor belt, what's it called? A piston feed tape. Okay, let me just demonstrate it in the creative world. Okay. Here we have our little system on our creative world. This is basically what's happening. So basically, when the just pretend all this stone here is dirt. Basically, when the sheep eats the grass and turns it into dirt, then I made this system that it will just push around the dirt, so that all of this stone, which is grass, will then be underneath the sheep, so it can eat again and refill. And then also, what this is going to do. Oh, that turned into grass. Okay. And then also what this is going to do is it's going to shear the sheep as well. And that is the part I haven't actually figured out yet, unless we spread it out. If we set it up like this, then as you can see, we now have room to put in the dispensers with the shears inside them. So now, let's see if we can actually test this with some sheep. Oh my gosh, that's not even something I thought about. Dude, no way. Okay, so if one of them eats, then all of them get sheared. Oh, that's really not something I thought about. That's not I don't think that's a problem. That shouldn't wear down the shears at all. Because if there's nothing to shear, it shouldn't be shearing anything. At least I sincerely doubt that's what's going to happen. But as you guys can see, these guys are staying. This guy's eating. He grows, gets sheared right immediately, and then the wool gets collected as you saw there. And let's see. Dude. We already have 25 wool, and it just functioned again. Dude, this thing is actually working. And it's working pretty darn well, too. I feel like the easiest solution for that would just be to raise these. And then I think there's about 16 wool colors, and this will only cover 15, which, you know, that's fine if we miss like a gray or something. That doesn't matter as much. This thing, I mean, yeah, this totally works. This is awesome. I am loving this. Okay, great. Yep, I'm definitely using this system on Elsewhere. I freaking love this thing. Let's just get building this, man. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, no. I'm so dumb. Just yeeted my leads, all 4 of them right off the edge. I was trying to get rid of seeds, and these didn't even go off. I mean, we still have a couple slime balls left. Suppose we can make another like 2 or something. But okay, so I kind of need some of the slime balls for sticky pistons for the machine, and there's 3 tiers, which means we need 3 sticky pistons. Although I could probably come up with a way to do what I want to do without sticky pistons. Yeah, because I need exactly 3 sticky pistons if I'm going to use sticky pistons, and I only have 3 slime balls. So yeah, okay, let's figure out something aside from sticky pistons here. Okay, great news. We don't actually need sticky pistons anymore. We just needed to extend the timing so that this didn't fire twice and just continuously start moving this around in a circle. So that's all worked out, which is great. So let's just go ahead and start building this thing then. I guess just enjoy the time lapse. Okay, y'all, the time has come. We now need to be moving these guys. Yes! Ah, sweet, first try. Okay, so these are our first 2 candidates. As we only have 2 leads, we can only take them. Wait a second. Okay, that's not actually going to work. Hold on. Okay, so purple, you stay here. Black, you come with me. Let's go. Sheep 2 is now in place. And I forgot to do constant updates, but we now have sheep 3, 4, and 5 in place. And so that is all we need for the first row, I think. Of course, we still need to do all the pistons and redstone and observers and all that stuff in the back here. And of course, we also still need a few more dispensers. But for that, we actually need bows. And for bows, we actually need string. And for string, we actually have something down here. Ah, there it is, right there. That I can actually turn into a farm of some sort, but I'm asleep right now and just get the night over with. Okay, y'all, I have successfully created the spider farm, and I apologize that I didn't do it on camera, but as you guys can see, it's nothing pretty. It's just a big box. That's literally all it is, with the spawner inside it. And as you can see, it actually turns out to be a cave spider spawner, which, you know, it's not a bad thing, but they do give you poison, which can bring you down quite a ways. So I would still like to put up some wall. Oh, hey, I can make walls. Hold on. Hey, look at that. Yes, let's get some walls in here, just so that in case I do die, then the walls will contain the stuff if it like explodes everywhere. Because these spiders are actually poisonous, and so if you get hit by them, they can bring you down to quite a low health. As you can see by my health bar right now, it's actually quite low right now. And that is because I got too close. I can't actually get close enough to this thing. I can get close enough to hit them, but if I get any closer than where I'm standing right now, they'll be able to hit me, which is a problem, because, you know, then, well, I don't want them to hit me, obviously. But as you guys can see, we are getting quite a bit of strength from this. I've only been sitting here for a little bit now, but we've already got quite a bit of string here, so this is actually working just as I wanted it to. And it also works well as an XP farm, which is great. So I got the string for the bows, and I put all the dispensers in behind the sheep there, as you can kind of see right about there. But now we actually need some observers to observe the grass being broken and then activate the dispensers, which will eventually have shears in them, so they will shear the sheep. But we're not going to put the shears in yet because we don't want them shearing the sheep and then just losing all that wool. So we're not going to put the shears in yet. We do have a couple right here. Obviously, we're going to need way more than that. But let's go ahead. Oh, okay, so we're not actually done with the first layer building yet because we still need to, yeah, we need to make those fences twice as tall to prevent any wool from escaping. Fences have been made and observers have been placed. So the next thing I think we need to do... Oh, you know what? The next thing we need to do is actually we need to set up the piston feed tape for this layer and then set up all the redstone for that. But then once we've done that, we can actually add in the hopper minecart and the shears, and then the bottom layer will be complete and we can start working on the next layer. Oh, this is actually going wonderfully. Okay, so let's get the pistons and redstone and whatnot for everything we'll need for the piston feed tape, and then we can actually start working on that. We have a few resources here, and as you can see, I've started to put in the wool and the redstone. This redstone are going to power the dispensers whenever the sheep eat the grass. These observers are going to power these dispensers above them, and then these dispensers will shoot out some shears and shear the sheep, and then the grass will, well, after we get all this in place, the grass will shift as well. So I think that will include a repeater here. I think I was on 3 ticks, and then some wool here. Oh man, I need to get some more redstone. What the heck, I did not come prepared at all. There we go. This should do that, which it completely has. Okay, cool. Anyways, so that will happen to there, and then we're also going to extend this line over here to power this piston here. And I think what I did in the creative world was something like this, and then that there, and then this was here. Those fire like that, and that fires like that. Okay, cool. So this whole thing should be working now if we get in a block right here. Oh, fine. There we go. Okay, this whole thing should be working. Hopefully. Come on. Somebody eat. I know you guys are hungry. Come on, just eat something. Hey. Yes. Oh, it's working. And it's working beautifully. Yes. Okay, so that's good. Now the sheep have green grass to eat again. Okay, awesome. Sweet. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, we need to put shears in here, and we need to set off a minecart. Those are the next 2 things we need to do in order to actually get this thing working. And then we can actually start bringing in some more sheep. There is our minecart, and I do have the shears, so we should be able to just slip these in place and then see this thing start moving. So let's go ahead and pop these in there. Now, some of these obviously are not completely on full health, but that is okay. We don't need them to be on entirely full health in order to shear the sheep. Oh, there it goes, there it goes. We should have, yep, all of these sheep are sheared, which is exactly what we should be seeing. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, it's working beautifully. Yes. So now if any of them eat, they will be sheared immediately, and all the wool will go into the chest. So let's just wait for one of them to eat. Come on, guys. It's almost nighttime. Somebody eat something. Kind of don't want to be here anymore, guys. Come on. Yes. Good man. So we should now have a purple, and the grass did shift. Pretty sure we have an extra purple now. Awesome. Okay, cool. So that first layer is working, which is great. Now all we need to do is work up the second layer, and then the third layer, and then get all the sheep in place and all the redstone bits and all that stuff. And then we'll have our functioning wool farm. It's been a little while since my last clip, but as you guys can see, I have finished all 3 layers of the sheep farm, and we are actually getting a decent amount of wool coming out of this thing. Oh, dude, this is great. Oh, this is so great. Okay, so that's amazing. We'll definitely need some like shulker boxes to like help transport this stuff to the shop once I actually get it. So I don't actually have any diamonds right now. We might have to just take a few trips with that bone shulker box I got. But anyways, so we got the wool farm going, and that's working all wonderfully. And I think none of the blocks are getting stuck. The blocks kept getting stuck, like it wouldn't move from right here to over here. But it does appear to be working, which is wonderful. Okay, cool. So that's all working, and you guys probably already saw this, but we also now have a new AFK spot, which is it's kind of cozy, I think. So you know, you open these, put your stuff in this blast-proof chest here because it's waterlogged, and then you know you just stand here and just AFK. So we have our 2 farms both in render distance, and they can both work while you're sitting here. Whereas before, I had an AFK spot right over there. And so, ooh, there's actually a bed over there that I can use now. That should be great. So having this will definitely come into use in the future. And we could also make it so that we could just build more farms like around this thing. That way they can all be functioning while we're AFKing in it. that will be wonderful. The only thing this thing isn't really close to right now is that, but that's fine. That's just something I need to go down there to actually get, and that I won't be AFK for while I'm, getting XP and spider string and whatnot. But I didn't want to include me actually finishing this wool farm behind me in the episode, because the episode was already getting kind of long, and I still have plans for, like building like the store and that other thing I mentioned, or rather that I didn't mention yet, but that I still want to build in this episode. So we're going to just go ahead and just straight up start building the store. And then once we're done with the store, we can move all the stuff to it. And then hopefully people will start coming in and getting some stuff and helping us get some diamonds, because we are very low on diamonds right now. I honestly don't think we have any. All right, to the time lapse. Actually, before we start this time lapse, there's one thing I think I'm going to do, which is I'm actually going to go ahead and just put my diamond armor on, because the reason I wasn't doing it before is because I was afraid that if I fell into the void, then I lose it all. Obviously, and that's true. I will lose it all if I fall into the void. But I won't fall into the void if I have my elytra and I can fly out again. So there's no point in not wearing it, because I'm trying to keep my stuff safe, because I can keep it safe so long as I'm wearing the elytra. That said, this feels pretty great. Yes, we have our fancy diamond tools as well. Okay, I'm feeling so much better than I did. Ouch, that hurt. But it is now time to build this shop, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so when people spawn into the skies, this is pretty much what they end up seeing. Kind of bleak, kind of boring. Then, if they turn around, they'll see this beautiful building, and they'll scream in terror. I'm just kidding, not gonna scream in terror. And then they'll come up to it and be like, oh my gosh, look, it's a store, a new store. Welcome to the best store in all the dimensions. That's right, this is totally the best store in all the dimensions, man. There's no store that's just better than this one is. Which is, of course, partially and fully owned by the one and only myself, of course. Yeah, because who else would own it? Nobody but the builder of the whole thing. And you guys probably already saw, as you can see, we have all of the different wool colors of the entire alphabet. So here yes, I did say alphabet. So here we have orange, blue, lime, light gray, red, cyan, yellow, magenta, dark green. Or is this just green? This is just green, never mind. Light blue, pink, brown, purple, white, gray, and black. Bam. So of course some of them aren't quite as full as other ones are. For example, yellow. It's just not quite as full as the other ones, and that's just because the yellow sheep is not as hungry as other sheep are, I guess. I don't know. But, I'm working on restocking those as fast as I can. Obviously, some of them are producing more. For example, like black and I think red. No, it wasn't red. Was it light? Oh, gosh. Oh, there it is. Magenta. That's right. Magenta and black. It was those two that were producing the most, so we have the most of those. And then white, because white's just more common than any of the other ones, or it's just like the vanilla color of wool. I'm just gonna make it 1 diamond for 2 stacks, and then people can take 2 stacks of these for just 1 diamond, instead of all the other ones, which was 1 diamond for 1 stack. So, yep, there's that, which is pretty cool, and this thing is just pretty great in general. The only thing I don't like about the store is its lack of a backside, which is really unfortunate, but I would like to figure out something for this. I'm probably just going to do like a frame and then just fill in the sides with glass. That's probably the easiest and simplest way to go, because I do have a lot of glass. Oh, and also because we're selling the white wool for less than we're selling the other wools for, I wanted to make a bigger, whiter white wool farm. So as you guys can see here, I've basically made a separate wool farm. So that's for like all the general colors for all the other sheep. And then this one is for specifically white wool. So what happens is the sheep are basically just circling around this big loop, and so they'll come around the back, they'll eat up the grass in the back while they're just sort of standing there, and then as more sheep come through the system, they'll be pushed along back into the system, and then they'll come through over here, get sheared in front of this dispenser right here, which is being powered by this by this redstone clock here, and then they'll pass by it again, and then the wool will be collected through the ground into this chest right here, which, as you can see, already has quite a bit of wool in it. Now that's probably from the last maybe 20 minutes to half an hour ish of time spent collecting wool. I'd imagine, pretty sure. And so, you know, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but there are multiple sheep contributing their wool to this thing, so hopefully we should be getting more faster than we are getting, or we should be getting white wool faster than we're getting, you know, other wool colors. You guys may have remembered at the beginning of this episode I said I had 2 projects I wanted to work on, but unfortunately the store has taken up most of this episode, and I don't actually have time for anything else today, which is really, really sad, of course. But I will say this: the skies, as you guys know, is generally pretty windy and pretty dry, and I mean, in many ways it's a very beautiful place to live, but the temperature is kind of chilly. It's always really, really dry up here, very windy, not a very nice like feeling, you know. It's very beautiful, of course, and it's very aesthetic, and I really like it up here, but it can be pretty dry at times. And so all I'm gonna say is that in the next episode we're gonna get wet.